We're still talking about this movie. Our next guest is Academy Award nominee Josh Brolin, whose new movie is being praised by critics. So Brolin stars alongside Emmy winner Julia Garner in Weapons, it's called. He, by the way, is also executive producer. Thank you very much. Brolin plays Archer, a dad whose son is one of 17 elementary children from the same class to mysteriously disappear in the middle of the night. Where'd they go? So Archer becomes very frustrated with the police investigation, and he blames the teacher, played by Julia Garner.
She knows.
I disagree with that.
You're aggressively following up on every lead, and yet she's just out there walking around free as a bird. Have you done any looking into her whatsoever?
Extensively, yes, we have.
So you know about her past, huh? Because I've done some digging, and I've found out a lot. She had a DUI 2 years ago. Did you not see that? She was let go from her last school that she taught at for inappropriate behavior. Did you not see that one either?
With a member of the faculty.
She's a troubled person, is she not?
Oof.
Yes, she is. Josh Brolin joins us first on CBS Mornings. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Let's just say Dad Archer is a badass and takes things into his own hands.
No doubt.
When he doesn't like what police are doing. But this is the thing about this movie. We all have all these different perceptions. I personally think you shouldn't watch it by yourself. It's scary. It's scary, but it also is smart scary in that you're trying to figure out what is happening here.
It's a brilliantly designed, I think that's what people are reacting to most. It's a brilliantly designed script, and I read it first. I hadn't seen his first movie, Barbarian. And then I wanted to meet him, and then he told me, which I think is interesting, that every character is based off a reaction that he had to a friend of his passing away.
Oh, who's the he you're talking about?
So is Zach Kreger.
Yeah.
Zach Kreger, who did Barbarian, is the writer-director of Barbarian, which I thought was a really kind of great emotional aspect. And then he took this exhausted genre of horror that we're all so used to and kind of bored by and made something super unique.
Because, Josh, you say it stays with you, continues to crawl through you, and won't let go.
Well, look, we're all talking about it. We've all been spazzing out talking about it. You had one reaction, you had another reaction. You and your wife and your daughter had another reaction.
It's incredible. I love horror movies,
Yeah.
and this is one of the best I've seen in decades. The movie is brilliantly constructed.
Yeah.
The way that it's split into chapters. Following each character, and then we find ourselves inside these intersections and how the storylines meet. Well done. But let's talk about you, though, because you say your character represents the current everyman.
Yeah.
And there are moments in this film where you are talking, and I'm saying to myself, if I was in that situation, that's exactly what I would do.
What you would do.
So why do you describe your character as everyman?
Because I was in the middle of the movie and I say, I have nothing to do. I felt really bored. Because, you know, the everyman is what? Is somebody who's a victim of their circumstances. And he wants to have control. And then he doesn't have his kid. And then he realizes what he wasn't giving his kid, which was affection and time and presence. And then once maybe he gets his kid back, you see this guy go through the trajectory of being from totally unemotional to emotional and available. And I'm like, look, I love the idea of confronting masculinity like that, some kind of manual masculinity that we all live by that says, you know, we don't do anything and we don't smile and we don't laugh and we don't cry and all this kind of stuff. And you go, have the thing that you care most about be taken away from you and then see what happens.
See what you do.
So, Josh, I'm going to fanboy for just a little while because you've been one of my favorite actors in Hollywood going back to when I was a teenager and I first saw The Goonies. You'll always be...
The Goonies.
Yes, The Goonies. But then let's talk about Thanos, the MCU. Let's talk about Gurney in Dune. Let's talk about Tom Chaney in True Grit. Let's talk about Cable in Deadpool 2. You've done it...
He doesn't like you much.
I mean, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps.
Josh is like, keep talking.
So in this particular film, though, what you're doing is you're channeling all of these different emotions at once. You've got frustration, you've got anger, you've got sadness. Sometimes you're doing this in a single scene. Talk to me about that process. And comedy.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that process.
You know what? Thank you for saying that. I think that's really sweet. But the thing is you choose these roles and you go, how can I be challenged? How can I continue to 41 years I've been doing this? you do a role like Cable. It's something, you know, I was 50. I was like, I wonder if I can get in really good shape at 50. That was my motivation. You do Thanos, it was supposed to be like a cameo, and it turned out to be a huge thing. So you don't know how things are going to turn out. With this horror genre, it's like, okay, this is an interesting confrontation of masculinity, but it's also a genre I haven't really been involved with. I watched horror films when I was a kid. I had kids. I stayed away from horror films, and I thought, this is a really well-designed script. How can I do? I don't know if I can do this or not. And I like the idea of not knowing if I can do something.
Did you like horror films as a kid?
I did. I mean, I saw the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, classic.
Look, it's really irresponsible. My mom loved horror films, and she read a lot of like true crime books, which was totally, you know. So she'd come up and say, "Watch this movie with me," and it'd be like, "I spit on your grave."
Whoa, that one
Horrible.
that's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. It's irresponsible parenting.
How old were you when you first saw that?
I'm not going to tell you. But I saw the Blob. I remember the Blob. I remember Friday the 13th. I remember Poltergeist later on. I mean, but see, that's what you and I were talking about. It's like things that actually have an impact, and you sit around with people and you talk about it. We don't have a lot of those movies.
Well, this
now
Sinners
you've
was one of
given it to
those.
us.
Get Out was one of those.
Right. And now you have one, Josh
Yes.
Brolin. Thank you
Bravo,
so much.
Weapons.
Thanks, guys.
Weapons is in theaters and IMAX on Friday. Like Gayle says, run, don't walk. I'm telling you,
On the
you're gonna
big
love it.
screen. Gotta
Tomorrow,
see it on the
Brolin's
big screen.
co-star Julia Garner will join us
Yay.
first on CBS Mornings. We will be right back.